Hello everybody, I hope you're well and managed to have a lovely Christmas despite all the restrictions. My name is Claudia and I'm from Yoga for Everybody, and I'll be taking you through today's practice. In today's class we will be focusing on twisting postures, which are very good for spine mobility and are also detoxifying for our bodies, especially after overindulging during the Christmas period. So it's going to be very, very beneficial for the body. So come to your mats. We're going to begin seated in a cross-legged posture. Have your right shin crossed over your left. Place your hands on your knees, relax your shoulders back, close your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. One last time, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, gently open your eyes, take an inhale. On an exhale, just walk your fingertips forwards as far as comfortable for you. Just going to explore the flexibility in the hips and the lower body here. So take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And on an exhale, see if you can maybe walk your fingertips a little bit further, but just go as far as feels comfortable for you today. If you want to lower your forehead down onto the floor, you can do, but if that doesn't feel right, just stay upright. You should start feeling a really good stretch in the hips and the lower back here. Take another deep breath in, and then on an exhale, walk your fingertips back towards your body. Inhale, lift your arms up. On an exhale, place your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you, and take a twist to the right. Take another deep inhale, lengthen your spine. On an exhale, see if you can maybe twist a little bit deeper. And then inhale, come back to center. Open your right leg out to the side and place your left foot into your right thigh. Take an inhale, place your right hand onto your left knee, left arm over your left ear, and on an exhale, take a side bend towards your right toe. So go as far as feels comfortable for you. Try not to lift off your mat with your sit bones. You don't have to grab hold of your right toes. What we're trying to focus on is having a nice long spine. Inhale and then exhale, come back up. Take an inhale, turn your hips towards your right toes, lift your arms up, and on an exhale, fold forwards over your right leg. Have your hands on your leg somewhere, or maybe you can grab hold of your foot. On an inhale, lengthen your spine and look forwards, and exhale, fold forwards. If you need to bend your right knee a little bit, you can do. Try and focus on lengthening the spine. Inhale, come back to center. Have your left foot and your left leg where it is. Bend your right knee and turn your right foot out. So your left foot's now pressing into your right thigh. Place your left hand back behind you. Inhale, lift your right arm up and see if you can lift onto your knees and take a tiny little back bend, maybe gaze up towards your right fingertips, and on an exhale, lower your hips back down onto the floor, and we're going to repeat the same stretches on the other side. So this time, have your left shin over your right leg, take an inhale, and on an exhale, walk your fingertips forwards as far as feels comfortable for your hips and your lower back. On an inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. Exhale, maybe fold forwards a little bit deeper. One more breath in. And then exhale, walk your fingertips back towards your body. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, twisting to the left. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. And on an exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Stretch your left leg out to the side. Have your right foot into your left thigh this time. Inhale, left hand onto your right knee, right arm over your right ear, taking a side stretch to the left this time. So nice deep breathing here. You don't have to reach for the toes. Take an inhale, exhale, release. Turn your hips so they're facing your left toes. Inhale, lift your arms up. And on an exhale, fold forwards over your left leg. And again, just grab hold of wherever you can reach. Try and keep the back nice and long. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. And then exhale, fold forwards. On an inhale, come back up. Keep your right foot where it is. Bend your left knee so your right foot's pressing into your left thigh. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm up and then lift onto your knees. Take a little back bend here. And then exhale, release. Bring your legs back into an easy cross-legged posture. And then roll onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. So shoulders over your wrists, hips are over your knees. We're going to thread the eye of the needle, stretch, so place some weight into your right hand. Inhale, lift your left arm up. And on an exhale, thread it underneath your right and lower your left shoulder and your left ear down onto the floor. Try and keep your hips over your knees if you can. And you can stay here for a couple of breaths. You can maybe experiment by stretching your right arm forward, see how that feels in the shoulders. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can wrap your right arm around and maybe place it on your lower back or grab hold of your left thigh. Wherever you are, take another deep breath. And then on an exhale, unwrap and release. Come back into a tabletop position and we'll switch sides. So place some weight into your left hand. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And exhale, thread it underneath your left. Lower your right shoulder and your right ear down onto the mat. Stay here or experiment by moving your left arm maybe forwards, maybe back. If you want to, you can wrap it round, place your hand on your lower back or maybe grab hold of your right thigh with your left hand. Nice deep breathing. And then exhale, release and come back into a tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into our first downward facing dog. So you can keep a bend in the knees if you need to, or maybe straighten one leg at a time. On an inhale, place your right hand in the center of the mat and maybe just bring it towards your body a little bit so you're a bit closer to your feet. And on an exhale, see if you can grab hold of your right leg with your left hand somewhere. So I'm holding on to the back of my leg, maybe your calf here. So we're taking a twist, look under your right arm. Inhale. And then exhale, release and switch sides. So bring your left hand in the center of your mat. And on an exhale, reach for your left leg with your right hand. So grab hold of wherever you can reach. So we're trying to twist from the upper back here. Look under your left arm. Inhale. And then exhale, release back into a downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And then drop your knees down onto the mat into a tabletop position. Inhale, stretch your right leg back and lift it off the mat so your right leg's parallel with the floor. On an exhale, bring your right knee towards your right elbow and then stretch it back. Inhale, on an exhale, bring your right knee towards your left elbow and then stretch it back. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose, round the spine, and then step it through in between your hands. roll onto the area just above your left kneecap, and on an inhale come up into a low lunge, so lift your arms up. Exhale, join the palms together, bring them down in front of your chest. Take another breath in, and on an exhale take a twist to the right. You can stay here, or if you want to go a little bit further, you can hook your left elbow over your right knee for a prayer twist. One more inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, release your hands back down onto the mat. Step your right leg back into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. One deep breath in down dog to reset the spine. And then exhale, drop your knees down onto the mat into a tabletop position. When you're ready, stretch your left leg back and inhale, lift your left foot off the mat so your legs parallel with the floor. Exhale, bend your left knee and bring it towards your left elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your right elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, round the spine, and step your left foot in between your hands. When you're ready, inhale, lift your arms up into a low lunge. On your next inhale, join your palms together, and then exhale, bring them down in front of your chest. Take a breath in here. On an exhale, twist to the left. Stay here twisting, or maybe hook your right elbow over your left knee into a prayer twist. On your next inhale, lift your arms up and stretch. Exhale, hands back down onto the floor. Step back into a tabletop position. From here, bring your weight forwards a little bit, keeping the elbows in. Lower all the way down onto the mat. Release the toes and inhale, lift your chest up into a cobra. You can have your elbows bend, or maybe you can straighten the arms, depending on how you're feeling today. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. So we're going to do the same core exercise one more time. You can do it off your knees like we did just now, or if you want to advance it a little bit more, see if you can do the same exercise from a plank. So whichever variation, you can drop down onto your knees, or come with me, roll into a plank position, so shoulders over your wrists. Engage your belly, make sure you're not dropping your hips down, you're not lifting them up. Take a breath in and see if you can lift your right leg off the mat. And exhale, bring it into your right elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring it into your left elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, round the spine, bring it into your chest, and step your right foot in between your hands. This time, have your left knee lifted off the mat. Place your left hand flat on the floor and inhale, lift your right arm up for a twist to the right. You can gaze down to the floor for balance, or maybe gaze up towards your right fingertips. Stay here, or you can even roll onto the outer edges of your feet and bring your right arm back a little bit for a deeper twist. Inhale, lower your hand back down onto the floor. Step your right leg back into a plank. And then press back into a downward facing dog to reset the spine. Same exercises on the left leg. So again, drop your knees if you need to, or otherwise come with me into a full plank position. Take an inhale, lift your left foot off the mat. Exhale, bring it into your left elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring it into your right elbow. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, bring it into your chest, round the spine. Step your left foot in between your hands. Have your right knee off the floor this time. Right hand flat to the mat. Inhale, take a twist to the left. So lift your left arm up. Maybe gaze towards your left fingertips. If you want to, roll onto the outer edges of your feet and bring your left arm back a little bit for a deeper twist. And then inhale, lower your left hand down onto the floor. Step back into a plank. Drop your knees down, and if you need to, we're going to bring the weight forwards one more time, keeping the elbows in. Lower all the way down onto the floor. So you can do it from a full plank if you want to. Inhale, lift up into a cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. One deep breath. And then drop your knees down onto the floor. Bring your big toes to touch and sit back onto your heels in a child's pose. So stretch your hands forwards, lower your forehead down onto the floor, and take a nice deep breath. Take an inhale, and on your next exhale, walk your fingertips back towards your body. Sit back on your heels in a kneeling position. Lift your arms out in front of you on an inhale. Exhale, wrap your right arm over your left and either bring your hands onto your shoulders to give yourself a hug, or maybe you can go a little bit deeper and wrap your right arm all the way around until your left hand is holding onto your right wrist for a eagle's arms pose. Inhale, lift your elbows up if you can. And then exhale, unwrap. Give your arms a bit of a shake and we'll switch sides. Inhale, lift your arms forwards. Left arm over your right. Maybe place your hands onto your elbows. Give yourself a hug and stay here. Or continue wrapping round until your right hand is holding onto your left wrist. Inhale, lift your elbows. And exhale, release. From here, stretch your legs out in front of you, and with control, lower all the way down onto the mat. Stretch your left leg flat on the floor, bring your right knee into your chest, wrap your hands around your knee, and then have your left hand on your right knee, right arm out to the side. Take an inhale, and on an exhale, take a twist to the left. So bring your right knee all the way to the left as far as you can without lifting the right shoulder off the mat. Maybe gaze towards your right fingertips. Inhale. And then exhale, come back to center and we'll switch sides. So bring your left knee towards your chest, stretch your right leg flat on the mat. And then have your right hand over your left knee, left arm out to the side. Take an inhale, on an exhale, guide your left knee over to the right until your left shoulder starts lifting off the floor. So try to keep it down on the mat if possible. Maybe gaze towards your left fingertips. Inhale and exhale, come back to center. Just bring both knees into your chest, rock along the spine, hug them in. You can maybe wrap your arms around and grab hold of your elbows. Just rock here for a breath. And then exhale, release. Release your feet down onto the floor. Stretch your legs out on the mat. Release your feet, let them fall out. Have your arms by your sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in our final relaxation pose, Shavasana. So just work your way up from your toes to the crown of your head. Make sure there's no tension anywhere in your body. If you find like you're tensing a particular muscle, try and focus your attention on that area. Take a deep inhale in, and on an exhale, see if you can release the tension with your breath out. going to leave you in the Shavasana pose for a few more minutes if you've got the time. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this class, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, maybe follow me on Facebook, connect with me on Instagram. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.